Men have watched for years. They've seen something. They've felt it in silence on social media, in dating apps, in life. It's not rage, it's not jealousy, it's clarity. A quiet, undeniable awareness that they're living in a different world, and women, especially young, attractive women, it's like a glitch in the game nobody's allowed to talk about. A reality split in two. One side where validation pours down like rain, the other is a desert, and men, they're in the desert. It starts early. A girl turns 15, posts a picture, likes, hearts, fire emojis, hundreds, it never stops. Every post is a pat on the back. Every selfie a standing ovation. Compliments from strangers, attention from classmates, DMs from grown men. All of it mixes together into a steady stream of confirmation. You're wanted, you matter, you're valuable. She doesn't have to try, just exist. Be pretty. Smile. Take up space online, and the world responds. Not once, not sometimes, all the time. This isn't praise she earns, it's praise built into the system. It's ambient, automatic. Easy. Meanwhile, the average guy posts a picture. Nothing, crickets. Maybe his cousin throws a like. His mom comments, so handsome. No girl he likes notices. His DMs are dead. Ghost town. He keeps scrolling. She's getting hundreds of likes in leggings. He's getting 5 for a picture he actually thought looked decent. The corners of thought he doesn't want to admit. No one cares. It messes with your head. One person lives in abundance. Every day a reminder, you're special. The other lies with nothing, no proof, no echo, just silence. Validation is currency now, and she cashes it in without even knowing it. He watches her wealth grow while his account stays empty. Then when he speaks about it, when he dares to observe the imbalance, he's mocked. Insecure, bitter. Just work on yourself, king. But let's be honest, he's not imagining it. He's not delusional. He sees it because he lives the opposite. Watch two people enter the world. She walks through life confident, cushioned, confirmed by thousands. He steps into it unsure, unseen, having to build everything from scratch. Her self-esteem isn't self-made. It was gifted to her on a continuous loop since puberty. His, if he has any, it's a miracle. This is what men are reacting to. What they've always tried to say. Not that women have it perfect. Not that women don't struggle in other ways. But in this specific lane, the reality of attention, affirmation, and instant digital status, men are playing on hard mode, while women don't even realize their settings. It's not anger, it's recognition, something's off. And men are done pretending they don't see it. Here's what that constant validation actually does. It builds something invisible, a cushion, a psychological safety net most men will never have. When you're told every single day that you matter, it changes your brain. It rewires how you walk, how you talk, how you handle pain. You develop a baseline confidence that doesn't come from achievement. It comes from repetition. Thousands of tiny messages saying the same thing. You're enough. Now imagine a bad day. She gets criticized at work. Her boss tears apart her project. She feels low, defeated, questioning herself. Then she gets home, opens her phone, notifications everywhere, likes on her story, comments on her post, a guy from last week texting something flirty. Within minutes, the sting fades. The world is still telling her she's valuable. One bad moment doesn't define her because 100 good ones are waiting in her pocket. Now flip it. He has the same bad day, same criticism, same failure. He gets home, opens his phone. Nothing, no messages, no comments, no one checking in. He sits with the weight alone. No external voice to push back against the internal spiral. The failure echoes. It sticks, it grows louder because nothing is drowning it out. This is the difference nobody talks about. She processes pain with backup. He processes it solo. She has reserves to draw from. He's running on empty. When life punches her, she's got padding. When life punches him, he absorbs it raw. That cushion changes everything. It affects risk tolerance. It affects resilience. It affects how you show up in rooms. She walks in already feeling wanted. He walks in wondering if anyone will notice. She speaks with certainty because certainty has been handed to her. He hesitates because hesitation is all he knows. And here's the thing, she doesn't even realize she has it. That's the cruel part. The cushion is invisible to the person sitting on it. She thinks her confidence is internal. She thinks her self-worth is self-made. But strip away the likes, the comments, the attention, and watch what happens. Watch how fast that foundation cracks. Men know this because men live without it. They've had to build their own sense of worth brick by brick. No cheerleaders, no applause, just effort and hope. That process makes you tougher in some ways. But it also makes life harder in ways nobody acknowledges. She floats, he climbs. She's carried by currents she doesn't see. He swims against the tide every single day. And when she looks at him struggling, she wonders why he can't just relax. She doesn't understand that relaxation is a luxury only the validated can afford. This isn't about blame, it's about seeing the gap. One person lives with constant emotional deposits. The other survives on withdrawals. Same world, completely different experience, and until both sides see that clearly, nothing changes. Validation does something dangerous over time. It lies about the clock. When attention keeps pouring in, urgency disappears. Why rush? Options are everywhere. The DMs never stop. Every year feels like proof that time is generous, that tomorrow holds even more than today. This is the illusion, and it's devastating. At 25, she feels infinite. The world bends toward her. Men pursue, opportunities appear. She thinks this is just how life works. At 28, nothing has changed. Still beautiful, still desired, still swimming in choices. Why settle? Why commit? Something better might come along. The feed keeps confirming her value, so she waits. At 32, the attention is still there, maybe slightly less, but enough to feel secure. She focuses on career, she travels, she explores. Marriage feels like something for later. Kids feel like a distant chapter. The validation whispers a dangerous lie. You have time, you have endless time. But biology doesn't scroll Instagram. Fertility doesn't care about follow accounts. The relationship market operates on rules the attention market ignores. And these two worlds are about to collide. She wakes up at 45, ready now, ready to settle down, ready for something real. She opens the apps expecting the same abundance, but something has shifted. The men she wants are chasing younger women. The options that once felt endless have quietly thinned. The algorithm doesn't push her posts like before. The DMs slow to a trickle. She feels blindsided, betrayed. But by what? By whom? She can't name it. The truth is brutal. The validation lied. It said she was winning while she was spending. It said tomorrow would always look like today. It never warned her that attention and commitment are different currencies. Men don't get this illusion. Nobody tells them time is generous. Nobody floods their inbox with proof of infinite options. From the start, men know they must build. They know value isn't given. They feel the clock ticking early because nothing numbs the awareness. No cushion, no distraction, just raw reality staring back. This pressure forces action. Men start building careers younger. They think about positioning earlier, not because they're smarter, because they're not sedated by validation. The absence of attention creates clarity, painful clarity, but clarity nonetheless. She coasts on feelings, he builds on facts. She trusts the feedback loop. He trusts only what he constructs. When the music stops, she's scrambling. He's been preparing for years. This is why timing becomes tragedy for so many women, not because they're foolish, because the signals they received were false. The environment trained them to delay, to wait, to believe abundance was permanent, and by the time reality breaks through, the window has narrowed, and nobody warned her. Something happens when you hear, "You're amazing," every single day. It seeps in, slowly, quietly. You start believing it, not in an arrogant way, not consciously, but deep down, something shifts. The world treats you like you're special. Eventually, you assume you are special. This is how entitlement is born. Not through bad intentions, through environment. When everyone competes for your attention, you expect competition. When doors open without effort, you assume doors should open. When men pursue relentlessly, pursuit becomes the baseline. Anything less feels wrong, disrespectful even. The privilege becomes invisible because it's all she's ever known. Now watch what happens in relationships. She walks in with expectations she can't even name. He should chase. He should prove himself. He should work to earn her. Why? Because that's what men have always done. Admiration has always flowed one direction, toward her. When a man treats her like an equal instead of a prize, something feels off. She can't explain it, but equality feels like rejection. This is the entitlement men sense but struggle to describe. She's not trying to be arrogant. She genuinely doesn't know what balance feels like. The feedback loop trained her, elevated her, made her the center of every interaction. Coming down from that pedestal feels like falling, even when it's just standing on level ground. But here's what's rare and remarkable. Sometimes you meet a woman who escaped. She's beautiful, objectively attractive, but somehow unaware of her power, not performing humility, actually humble. She doesn't expect special treatment, doesn't assume male attention is owed, treats people well because it's natural, not strategic. These women stand out immediately. Men feel the difference in seconds. She's easy to be around. Conversations flow without tension. She treats relationships like partnerships, not auditions where he performs and she judges. Gratitude comes naturally to her. Expectation doesn't rule her world. How did she escape? Maybe her family emphasized character over beauty. Maybe she built identity around talent instead of appearance. Maybe she just has rare psychological wiring that resists inflation. Whatever the reason, she didn't internalize the validation, and the result is magnetic. The entitled woman creates low-level stress constantly. Every interaction carries weight. Every moment feels like evaluation. Is he good enough? Is he trying hard enough? The humble woman creates peace, space to breathe, room to be human without performance. And the tragedy? The entitled woman has no idea. She thinks her expectations are normal. Within her reality, they are normal. Nobody ever challenged them. The world catered to her since adolescence. Catering became baseline. She reads this and thinks it describes someone else. That blindness is the proof. Character gets shaped by environment. Constant elevation creates inflated expectations. Inflated expectations poison relationships. Poison relationships create lonely women wondering what went wrong. The thing that felt like advantage becomes the obstacle. The validation that built her up becomes the wall keeping genuine connection out. The dynamic I'm describing isn't new. Attractive women have always turned heads, always received more smiles, more favors, more second glances. But something changed, something massive. Social media poured gasoline on a spark and created an inferno. Before smartphones, validation had limits. She could only be in so many places, only meet so many people. Compliments came from coworkers, neighbors, guys at parties, real humans in real spaces. The attention was significant but bounded. Physical reality created a ceiling. Now she carries an infinite validation machine everywhere. Thousands of strangers can confirm her beauty before breakfast. The scale exploded overnight. What once trickled now floods. What once came occasionally now arrives constantly. Her phone buzzes with approval every few hours. She never has to wonder if she's attractive. The metrics tell her constantly. This changes the dating game in ways neither side fully grasps. She walks into a first date pre-validated. 500 recent notifications already told her she's desirable. Her confidence is artificially inflated before a single word gets exchanged. He walks in cold. Whatever confidence he has, he built alone. No crowd hyping him up, no strangers confirming his worth. Psychological positions are wildly unequal from moment one. He's not just competing against the guy she met last week. He's competing against a phone full of men telling her she has unlimited options. He's fighting for attention from someone drowning in attention. Trying to feel special to someone who heard you're special 500 times this month. The math doesn't work. The odds are stacked impossibly high. This is why modern dating feels broken for men. The competition isn't human anymore. It's algorithmic. It's a machine designed to make her feel abundant while he feels scarce. She has a buffet, he has crumbs, and both walk into the same restaurant pretending the situation is equal. Meanwhile, she's confused too. Why do relationships feel empty? Why do men seem low effort? Why does nothing match the excitement she expected? She doesn't realize the validation itself is the problem. It inflated her standards beyond reality. She's comparing flesh and blood men to a fantasy, a composite built from thousands of admiring strangers, edited photos, perfect lighting, curated performances. No real human can compete with that illusion. She swipes endlessly searching for someone who matches the feeling, that dopamine hit of fresh attention. But relationships require consistency, depth, imperfection. Real men have flaws, real men have bad days. Real men can't maintain the highlight reel energy she's been conditioned to expect. So she leaves, swipes again, searches for the next hit. The cycle continues. Social media promised connection, delivered isolation, promised abundance. delivered emptiness dressed as options. She has more attention than any generation before her, and somehow feels more alone. He has less validation than ever, and somehow is expected to compete at higher levels. Both lose. The algorithm wins. Everything I've described sounds like winning, attention, options, validation on demand, looks like privilege, feels like advantage. But there's a cost hiding underneath, a price that takes years to reveal itself. The trap doesn't look like a trap. That's what makes it deadly. First cost is the timing illusion I already exposed. Attention makes forever feel guaranteed. Then suddenly it's not. The clock was always ticking. The validation just muffled the sound. By the time she hears it clearly, precious years have vanished, gone, unrecoverable. Second cost cuts deeper. Dependency. When external validation flows constantly, internal validation never develops. Why build your own foundation when the world keeps handing you bricks? Self-worth becomes outsourced, contingent on likes, comments, male attention. The approval of strangers becomes oxygen, and oxygen you don't control is oxygen that can be cut off. I've met women in their 40s who were stunning in youth. You can still see the remnants, bone structure, elegance, but the attention dried up. The likes slowed to nothing. The DMs stopped arriving, and these women are in crisis, not because tragedy struck, because the validation that structured their entire identity got withdrawn. They don't know who they are without it, never had to learn. This is the trap in full view. The attention felt like a gift. Turned out to be alone with interest that compounds viciously. Build your identity on being desired and watch what happens when desire fades. Build your worth on external approval and crumble when approval disappears. The privilege of youth converts directly into the poverty of middle age if nothing deeper gets constructed. Meanwhile, something different happens to men. They often improve with age. Not because men are superior, because men were forced to build differently from the start. No cushion meant no choice. Develop your career, sharpen your character, accumulate skills. Create value that doesn't depend on being looked at. These investments compound over decades. He becomes more valuable at 45 than he was at 25. His trajectory points upward while hers often points down. This creates a brutal asymmetry in dating markets. She starts with abundance and trends toward scarcity. He starts with scarcity and trends toward abundance. If he builds correctly, she peaks early, riding external validation. He peaks later on accumulated substance. Somewhere in their 30s, the trajectories cross. She's confused about where her advantages went. He's finally experiencing options, but he remembers who ignored him when she had better choices. That memory lingers. The validation was never real wealth. It was borrowed status, temporary credit. Spending felt like earning, felt like building, felt like progress. But nothing got constructed, nothing got saved. The account ran dry exactly when she needed it most. She was told she was winning. The feedback confirmed it daily. But spending isn't winning, coasting isn't building, and the trap only reveals itself after it's already closed. Everything I've said could sound like blame. It's not. This is observation, pattern recognition, diagnosis without judgment. Both sides are caught in a system neither designed, neither can escape alone. But both can navigate smarter once the fog lifts. Awareness changes everything for women. See the validation for what it is. Enjoy it without letting it warp your clock. Appreciate attention without letting it inflate your expectations. Recognize that likes mean nothing about commitment. DMs don't equal devotion. Being desired is not the same as being chosen. Understanding this distinction saves lives. The woman who sees clearly makes different choices. She commits while options are plentiful. She selects partners based on character, not crowd approval. She doesn't coast into her mid-30s, wondering why the landscape shifted. She plays the actual game, not the fantasy version the algorithm sold her. Ironically, she ends up happier than women with more attention and less wisdom. The ones who suffer most never saw the trap, rode the wave without questioning direction, mistook options for security, confused likes with love. They wake up at 3D8 still chasing diminishing returns, still wondering why the promised life never materialized. They were spending while thinking they were saving. Now for the men. What do you do with this understanding? First, drop the resentment. Yes, the privilege exists. Yes, it's unearned. Yes, it creates advantages you never access. Resentment changes nothing. The world operates this way. Attention flows toward beauty. Validation inflates egos. These are facts, not injustices requiring correction. Focus energy on what you control. Second, know your competition. You're not fighting other men. You're fighting an ecosystem that's been worshipping her for years. Calibrate expectations accordingly. When she seems entitled or blind to your value, remember her conditioning. It's not personal, it's environmental. Third, build what time cannot steal. Attention based value expires. Competence based value multiplies. Your career, your health, your character, your network, your purpose. These appreciate with age if you invest correctly. Play your game well, and time becomes your weapon. Fourth, select for awareness. Find women who show signs of understanding these dynamics, women who aren't addicted to the feed, women who build identity beyond appearance, women who treat you like a partner, not a contestant. They're rare, they're worth a search. Fifth, stop competing on attention. You'll lose that war every time. Don't drown her in compliments. She's already drowning. Offer what attention cannot provide. Genuine presence, real challenge, authentic investment. Be the thing no notification can replicate. That's your edge. Both sides deserve compassion here. She's been lied to by a system designed to exploit her. He's been ignored by that same system. Neither chose this arrangement, but both can choose what happens next. See the game clearly. Make decisions based on reality, not algorithms. Build substance that lasts. Select partners with open eyes. Never confuse attention with value. Never mistake validation for love. If you found this valuable, subscribe for more honest, no fluff insights on modern dating, relationships, and building real value in a world full of noise.